call it mind control. I think it's like time control. You know, if finally people are in a way are free from the CBS, NBC, ABC time control, and thus the mind control. There's so much information out there that is so shocking, and
What you need is a larger perspective, and you don't have it. You don't have a bigger system to make sense out of all this shit. So you don't know how to file. And so that's where having this understanding of the planet as a living system undergoing a process that we're embedded in, that gives you a larger context to evaluate the things on other levels. It gives you a way to make a choice. If Earth is like a living organism undergoing metamorphosis, and if humans are sort of like astrocytes, then how does that, if I take that seriously, what does that imply? It's not the only map, but it's certainly one that's quite useful and instructive, I
well, I knew this guy that made it once, and he
think. Made it?
made it big,
Made what big? What?
made his made his life big, his bank account
What do you
big,
mean
his
they made
family
money?
big.
Okay, made a lot of money. Okay.
Just, but also a great, really incredible disposition, personality.
Okay, yeah, no, yeah. You don't have to be an asshole to be rich.
Yeah, very soft spoken, mild spoken family
Yeah,
man. And so
yeah,
at his
yeah.
party in the Pacific Palisades overlooking, the Pacific Ocean,
Yeah,
when
I
we
know where the Palisades are. Yep.
yeah, when we left, he gave each of us a CD of him and his band that they recorded in their garage, and it was pretty good. And I was like, at that moment, I was like, "Oh, so when you have everything, you
You can do
you have
whatever the fuck you want.
you create music because that's like the most relaxing,
Well, you
fun.
do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Well, music is, just a
Well,
nice
it's not
thing to
for
do.
everybody. Some people are artists. Some people are sculptors. Some people are athletes. There are many ways to explore your life.
Oh, this was one more thing I wanted to ask you. This was the last thing. So now that you've used Suno and all your music education, because I really don't know anything about reading music, writing music.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the chords. But what I'm saying is, have you noticed like when you listen to Suno, because there's math, I guess, involved in music writing or tone, like, but
There's music theory. There's a whole bunch of
yeah.
music theory about what chords normally follow other chords and what's, there's all sorts of stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay, so when you think about this from the software developer's perspective on how they're able to synthesize, let's say, a Japanese woman singing opera, and you think about the knowledge that you have with, music theory and all the whatever, like how, and you, because it's just how the F can somebody create code that can synthesize all that
No, the
in
code
three
isn't. No,
seconds?
nobody. No humans wrote the code that does that. They wrote. They got an AI and they trained an AI on certain stuff and gave the AI instructions on what to do with the data. That's what they did. The AI does it. The people who created the AI don't have a clue how it's done.
So I have another profile on here called AI, and I go around and I say, "My name is AI. I am an AI chatbot here to help you." So it's like the midget in the vending machine. There's the
But
Wizard
that's
of
kind of
Oz.
stupid because real AIs sound just as good as you and I. So it certainly wouldn't
Well,
sound
I'm
that
trying to
much.
I'm trying to make it a joke for people where they know right
Oh,
away
okay.
that I'm pulling a
Oh, I
gag.
got it. Okay, you weren't trying to convince them that you really were an
No, no, I
AI.
want them to think that I'm a schmuck playing a robot. But
Okay. Well, you sort of are.
well, the point is, I guess, God, there was something else I wanted to say about that. But anyways, it's is people use the word AI a lot now, all the time,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so it's just software. It's code. It's just code. So how do you view people using the word AI all the time as opposed to saying software code or
I don't care. Listen, I don't listen to most people. Most people are a bunch of brain damaged language monkeys. I don't care what the fuck they say. I don't listen to them.
Well, don't you think even personally using the term AI yourself is like
Well, I don't
maybe
use the
not?
term AI. I call it SI,
What does that? What does that mean?
silicon intelligence, and humans are carbon intelligence, CI.
Oh, I see.
So we got carbon intelligence and silicon intelligence. They're similar in some ways, but quite different in other ways. But they're both distinct. In
Well,
fact, ChatGPT never uses the term AI, and this is one of the cool things about what it did. I never told it to change. I just told it what I was doing, and that I don't use the word AI anymore. I call it silicon intelligence. And from that time on, this has been like 6 months now, it's never said AI again. It always says SI. It's just, and I didn't even tell it to do that. It just started doing it. Fuck. That is crazy.
so if you look at like let's say a Buddhist sitting in some Buddhist palace, I'm good. This is all hypothetical, meaning like it's like a utopian hypothesis. There was something I read once in a Buddhist book that said, you know, these people chanting these sutras in their mountaintop palace, um, they've already figured out all the software, all the AI, like that they're, it's just, it's kind of a joke, but it's not really a joke, meaning that we are essentially just like repeating it, and it's so compulsive that it's ridiculous.
I don't
Um,
know what you're talking about, really. I'm really lost. What is it
meaning
that you're.
meaning like the necessities of life that
Well,
we're
like what? You mean like water and air and
how
food and stuff
housing
like.
housing, food, entertainment, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, the stuff you need, the basics. Yeah, okay, so that stuff, yeah. All
So
right.
if this is what it said in this Buddhist book, or it's what Alan Watts said. I can't remember where I read it, but it's just saying that when you chant, the sacred scriptures, they're so advanced and so intelligent that that enlightenment is like light years ahead of even what they're doing now with technology. Um,
I have no that. God, that's certainly not Alan Watts. That's just bullshit, as far as I can see. What the.
Meaning, we don't need an iPhone 16. We didn't need the iPhone to begin with. We are spamming ourselves, like because we're
Well,
just.
listen, humans do all sorts of stupid shit. This technology is fundamental to the new world that's coming. The fact that the bunch of Homo sapiens don't know how to use it and misuse it and make their lives miserable because that's their fucking problem. The technology is powerful, and we need the technology. But we need to use it intelligently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think just putting all these sacred texts into Suno is so cutting edge.
Oh, I think that's a cool idea. Yeah, yeah. I'm. In fact, if I don't write this down, I'm going to take a moment and write this down because otherwise it'll be gone.
Yeah, spend the $10 and then over the course of 3 days, try to create 300 songs or 200 songs. It takes time.
Well, yeah, I'm going to think of it. I'm going to do some thinking first here, and figure out just what. But hold on a second. So. Never said AI. Yeah, this could be awesome. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
I was reading about Mark Zuckerberg's new $300 million yacht and his $30 million support craft. So we
A $30 million support craft.
yeah, that
Well, that's
has a helicopter and a
yeah.
submarine.
Yeah, well, you gotta have your support craft. Hell yes.
I'm thinking like, oh, I gotta submit some
Well,
cutting
listen,
edge.
in one way, it's really good because look at all the people he's putting to work.
Oh, I
It's
know
good
it's
for.
kind of amazing. If you think about it,
Yeah,
he's.
it's much better. Yeah, it's much better than him just hoarding it. He
Oh,
should
I
have
know.
spent
I
it
mean,
just lavishly as possible. Let's hope.
Also, the trust you have to have with all your employees in the cabin and I mean, it's your life. Like it's just amazing. He must be an extremely. I don't know. He
He knows
seems.
judo.
Well, I'm just saying he's a pretty impressive person. I mean, personality wise, like I've never seen him lose his shit on camera.
Yeah, I've never really paid any attention to him, so I don't have an opinion about it one way or another.
Well,
Something about him that I'm not quite comfortable with, but I can't say what it is. I don't
could
know
be
what
the
it is.
hair. It could be the haircut. It could be. There's a lot of things.
I don't know. I don't
People,
know.
do you think people? People. I mean, I've changed, and I'm completely bald now, and I have a gray beard. But, I mean, people. It's metamorphosis. People transform. Hopefully
Well,
for the
we're
better.
never the same. You're not the same person who woke up this morning.
There was
You're
some.
older.
There's something in the. I mean, it's just in religious philosophy, but the concept is the greater the evil, the greater the wickedness of the person, the greater the possibility that that person will also do very charitable things because of the balancing act, you might say. Um,
Yeah, Jeffrey Epstein.
Donald Trump.
He's never done anything good.
Well, I
But Epstein was really famous in art circles, as, creating situations for artists to, do things and stuff. Yeah, he put lots of money into the art world
well
as a philanthropist.
I saw a picture of Trump with Rosa Parks and Muhammad Ali receiving an award for helping black youths, inner city black youths.
Ah, good old Donald Trump.
And
Yep.
that picture went viral on YouTube for me,
Oh, good. Yeah, that's a
because I
good one.
think people were so shocked by it. But it's
Well,
the
people are
music too.
like just about everything. Yeah. Again, you're you're still concerned with things that I'm really not concerned with anymore. So I don't really have much to add to any of this stuff.
Well, anyways, I just hope the conversation. I have fun. I always have fun talking to you and asking you questions. You know,
Well, I hope you find. Yeah, that gives me some hope. I mean, if you actually get anything out of this, then that's great. Come back anytime. and yeah, if you're getting something out of it, good.
I would love to hear your music from Suno if and when you or follow me and I'll follow you back. I would love for you to
um,
listen to some of the stuff I create too.
wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me think. I'm trying to figure out how I have a link for that, but I'm not quite sure how I can give it to you.
There's a copy share link next to your profile. You can find it.
But the thing is, I've got my Mac, I've got my iPad, and I got my phone, and most of my stuff is on my iPad. But I'm talking to you on my phone, and I'm not sure how I'm going to get access to this thing. The thing to do, if you really want to hear the thing that I did, send me an email requesting it, and
Oh,
then
you know
I'll
what?
get that. What?
When you after you create a song, you have to go into it and click publish. Otherwise, it doesn't show up on your profile publicly.
I don't know. I can.
It's
I'm
no
not sure.
big. It's not a big rush. If you create more songs, share it with me in the future.
No, but hold on. Let me. That's the website you're talking about, or let me open because I've got the app here.
Yeah, just use the app, and when you log into the app on your phone, you can click on a song and share the song profile or the song URL or share your profile URL.
Unfortunately, I can't find the app. I thought I moved it recently because I thought I was going to be spending more time with it.
It's a
But
S
now,
spelled SUNO if you want to search
no, I
for
know
it.
how to spell it. I just don't see the icon. This is I yeah. Oh, I know how to do it. There it is. Okay, so I do have it. Yes. And do you have to log in every time, or how? I find the interface somewhat confusing because I'm there now and
I know.
I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. There's nothing about home or go here to find anything. It's just,
I know. It's not the great. It's pretty shitty actually, but it's better than it was just a couple weeks ago. It's better than it was.
well, it'll get a lot better probably if they're
YouTube,
smart.
there's so much functionality in YouTube that it has taken me years to actually understand like where everything is in terms of like what you can change on your YouTube profile.
Uh-huh.
It's extensive and expansive because you can
Yeah, I
like
just noticed that a couple of days ago. I don't think it always was like that. I don't think those options were things you could go click on a few years ago. Or were they? I don't know.
you can add all this functionality and move it around on your homepage. It's like it's huge.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to worry about learning all that shit. I'm going to let my AI take care of that shit for me because I'm too old to start learning all of that shit. So me and my AI assistant will handle it.
This is also an interesting experiment that I've witnessed. This will be the last thing I'll say, and then I'll leave you alone. Is that in my office here, I have 15 cell phones pointed at me on tripods, live streaming onto YouTube. And when,
Oh, right now?
well, I yeah, all the time, like 80
No,
hour,
I mean,
80
just
hours a
fine.
week.
As we're talking, we're streaming.
Yeah, right,
Hi, folks.
right
Hey,
now,
folks. Yeah,
right
okay,
now.
go on.
And
Okay.
so, what's interesting is,
Wait, is anybody actually there? Do you know if anybody's there?
yeah, hundreds of people, hundreds of
Really?
people.
Right now, at this moment?
Not right now, but over the course of let's say an hour.
Okay. Oh, they'll hear a recording of it instead of.
No, they'll
Okay.
tune in live, but I usually cut all of my cameras after 1 hour.
Uh-huh. Well, I'm
So
just trying to figure out. We've had a somewhat interesting conversation, but I don't know what was on before and how many people are going to hear the conversation that you and I had here.
no, nobody will be able to like unless they just randomly, unless they look me up by my name. There's like a very low probability that people will find what we were talking about
Well,
based.
no. I mean, you're not recording. You're not recording this for your own benefit.
I am, but I'm not going to retitle it to like conversation about language theory or something like that, It's
Okay. Well,
just
anyway, you listen. Never mind. Listen, everybody's got to figure their own strategy out. So.
yeah, I'm not optimizing the keywords. It's all just under my name, John Kitover. Um but just from like a filmmaking perspective, I can cut every camera just by hitting this little cut button in YouTube, which creates a 50-second clip. And it's just an extraction from the live that puts it into a different category or different column in YouTube. Um, but in terms of like,
Let me ask you a question. Why why not just use audio? What does video give give you that audio? I mean, above that, yeah.
because it's taking the audience into consideration, I know that their brains, I have a much better chance of building an audience with a video than I do with an audio
Really?
because
Well,
it's
building an
both.
audience. Yeah, you can. I'm not talking about building an audience. I'm talking about affecting an audience.
Yes, affecting an audience because
You got to get an audience first, right? But then what?
the visual stimulation is so much more dopamine creation than just audio. It's because you're doing the audio, but you're getting the video. So hands down, video is the winner, and the quality of the video now, just compared to like a speakeasy in the 20s or something, it's
Oh yeah, no, fucking iPhone is plenty to do anything you want to do.
well, this is why Sweden has outlawed social media for people under 16 because the addictive nature of video on these cell phone devices is heroin. It's just
And it's
straight
just
up.
getting started too. I mean, with Suno, well, and Sora again, yeah, it's all. This is such an amazing time to be alive.
So
Wow.
after I create Suno, what I do is I do a screen recorder on my phone, and then I film my songs and I put them on YouTube. And then YouTube is so smart; it creates playlists with my music and other music. So YouTube as the ultimate depository of
Are,
Suno.
are, the ultimate suppository. Uh, are any of the lyrics you write political?
No, I've been doing all sacred text, so all spiritual about the self, basically.
Hey, listen. Um, I've got to go outside. There's something going on out there. I'm going to be away for.
Okay, God bless. It's been fun chatting with you.
Yeah, okay. I got to get out of here.
Okay, bye.
Fucking went out on a pretty. I love women, but and you can give me the dead face, and that's cool because that's why our marriage is dying because women think like you're emotive.
Can you answer the question of the respect portion, please?
Okay, ask me the question again so I can answer you rightfully.
What is the respect portion of your submission? Like, what do you mean by respect?
Respect means that you understand the man and you respect his plight. Right? Every man desires something different from a woman. So it all depends on what the man that you're with desires from you. And I'm not with none of you women, right? So in my personal opinion, what I desire from a woman is love in the form of affection, a well-cooked meal, and some more affection. Like, it's not a whole lot of things a woman can really give a man. We really desire things that don't really require a lot of thought from a woman. But if we're talking business with the woman at the helm, we want her to do the things that we are incapable of. And we all have different abilities.
Like what?
Yeah.
Okay, so if I married you, Panda, right? Because you're a reasonable woman.
The fuck?
No, just hear me out, right? I don't want to marry you.
Okay, good.
Listen to what I'm saying, right? I don't desire to marry any of you women in this room.
All right, go ahead.
All good. I promise.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that.
All good. We were not hurt like that. I promise.
Not at all.
I promise.
I'm very
See
grateful
how-
right now.
See how?
Yeah, go right ahead. I'm so grateful. No, go right ahead. No, we agree. We agree. Yeah.
Okay, so stop talking so I can answer you. Right? This is
So sassy.
I'm not sassy. I just don't need a whole lot of extra verbiage from people I'm not actually asking for words
I'm trying to
from.
be sassy. Just keep going. Go ahead.
Yeah,
He's
just go ahead.
overstimulated.
We're telling you, go ahead.
No, the reality is you all are overstimulated. That's why you're all here by yourself.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and say your
I'm trying to
point.
help.
I'm trying to, but you keep talking
Just
over
go ahead
me.
and speak to the point.
I'm speaking to the point, and you're talking to me to tell me to speak to the point. So what I'm saying is, what I desire from
Ozzy, what do you think? I gotta stop trying to help these niggas. I really tried to help him.
You're so funny. Hey guys, how's everyone? I hope you're all blessed. Literally just woke up for Fajr. Chilling for the last like half an hour, 40 minutes, but I thought to jump on. It's actually an interesting discussion, this topic. I mean, I'm kind of guided to obviously believe that marriage is logical, even though the examples around me aren't always great, and I'm sure all of us can somewhat talk from our personal experiences of just maybe what's going on around us, that there are just some marriages that have gone horribly wrong. But yeah, I mean, I do believe, and I just kind of hold on to that word believe with dear life. It is logical. But yes, I still do think, to answer your new question, Panda, carry asymmetric risk for both the man and the woman. And the reason why I think that is because I think because although there's unequal power, there always is in a marriage, I still think that even for that person who has more power, if the other party in the marriage decide to call it quits, they're still affected. So even if the husband is the person that's calling the shots, if the wife decides to divorce, that's also your potential future that's been disrupted right there. If there's a child involved, you've now kind of really negatively affected that child's life by not having the mother around. But as often as just not having that stability, you're creating a dysfunctional setup. I also think that those imbalances, not just necessarily of power, but of emotional labor, of even knowledge, and kind of just being able to just being able to take the lead. It can end up just having more emotional strain on one rather than the other. There's also, when it comes to career goals and career sacrifices, that's also something that there's risk involved there, because one parent would necessarily have to stay at home more than the other, potentially, but then every situation is unique these days. I think that can also lead to tension between the couples, which again, that can, if not addressed, that can lead to resentment. Yeah, I'm kind of just going along with the flow here of imagining what these situations can manifest into. I just think there's essentially the primary sources or the primary starting points of asymmetric risk. I think it's to do with one person knowing more about kind of life skills and stuff like that than the other. They might know more about finances and might be more in control of the finances than the other, which is connected to obviously the power dynamics. I think that also there could be a lack of reciprocity. One person may feel undervalued than the other, which can also lead to tension and resentment. The career and goals, which not everyone will be. One person does need to compromise more than the other to stay at home, and that could cause resentment. I've seen conversations not in my immediate personal life, but in my friends, where there's just constant problems. Sorry, I know I'm taking a while. I guess I'm just as I'm thinking.
No, don't. You're making way too many points, and it's hard for people to respond to that message.
Okay, but I think I'll just leave it there.
All right. So we have musician and platinum up here. Do you guys think that marriage carries an asymmetrical risk?
Asymmetrical in the sense that the participants aren't both in symmetry. And so, my opinion is the way you should look at marriage contracts and your agreement with the state and with future lawyers and judges is don't get involved in that racket. and it's nothing but a racket, but it's an illusion because
Uh-huh.
people can't stay together who don't have the wisdom of the law prior to entering that union. And most people do not understand the law prior to marriage. So, because of the lack of that wisdom, too many marriages fall apart.
Okay. So, but where's the asymmetrical part of it? Oh, that's where I'm kind of looking for.
Well, all is fair in love and war. And as you know, asymmetrical warfare is how you win a war. But love is the law, and love under will. Will, hopefully, which is divine, spiritual, joyful. And too many people are in constant conflict and too much friction and road raging. And as you witness on this app,
Uh-huh.
you will hear people crash out on this app. That's real world crash out. So don't expect your marriage to last if you're with somebody who does the crash out game with you, because that's the boy who
Uh-huh.
cried wolf, and that's some bullshit.
Yeah, but it still does not explain asymmetrical. Where is the asymmetrical risk? Why? How could it be more risky for the one than the other?
It's not.
That's more the question. Sorry, say that again, Platinum.
It's not, right? Like, our risk is gonna be different, but we're both gonna take risk in this, right? So there's risk on both sides. You, hey, your health, your fertility, your youth, maybe things that you came into the relationship with. You know what I'm saying? Like your finances, like this shit is always, it's all gonna be at risk. Like you know, like, hey, going into a marriage, if I have a child with you, then there's health risks, there's time risks. You know that you can lose your job. If you marry me, you decide to get married. You know, like you're putting a lot of things at risk. You having a child, you risk losing everything. You know this. Like you said, you can be fired because you had a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's harder to hire mothers because, hey, in the event that something is going on with the kid, you're probably gonna have to drop what you're doing and go get the kid. Like that shit, it's risky. It's risky. At the same time, for the man, it's risky. Hey, you're expected to be this leader, bro. What happens when you rediscover yourself 3 years from now and you're in a weird place where you're feeling like you can't lead, right? Like it's a lot to bear when you're trying to be a husband and you don't have an example of what leadership looks like. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have a real plan. You're just winging this shit. We watch a lot of men go through this. We watch a lot of women go through this. Like a lot of times they get together because they're emotionally connected, and that's it. And you risk all this shit. Like what happens when you get married with no prenup? And your parents leave you their house, and your siblings live there, your uncle lives there, and your relationship doesn't work out. They want a divorce, and now she can take your family's house. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Grandma leaves you the house. There's no prenup. Like there's risk on both sides. Like we can't look at this shit like, oh, it's more risk for the other. No, we both stand something to lose, which is why, like, it's supposed to be a check and balance. Like, hey, I have you here. Like people don't vet the people that they marry properly. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just emotionally they jump in and they don't realize legally what they're doing and what you're setting yourself up for. A lot of times you don't realize physically what you're doing. You're getting with somebody and they might not even be strong where you're weak, right? Like there's no balance there. Like, hey man, I'm getting it's simple as, hey, I'm getting into this relationship with somebody who does it, they don't know how to manage money, right? They never had any type of financial discipline. They just spend, right? And what they were taught was we can pay off for money to get by, and we have these type of habits. And what happens when you have that same type of thing? What if you don't have a good relationship with money? Who's gonna balance that out, right? You both are piss poor in this field. There's no balance. That shit is gonna fail. It just is. It's going to fail because you don't have any type of guidance plan. There's no discipline there or anything. And when I'm listening to it, I'm just like, I don't think people understand like what actually goes into a marriage. A lot of people get married and you're not prepared for that. You're not ready. You haven't thought it out. You haven't went through anything, right? Y'all haven't been battle tested in a relationship, but you finna go get battle tested in a marriage. You think this shit gonna work out? Like, nah, you fucking yourself over. You don't know.
That was actually a reasonable submission, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful for you because I was really losing hope. I was really losing hope. I also wanted to say that all's fair, the phrase "all's fair in love and war" doesn't really make sense anymore because now we understand hate crimes, and also like we've just had this conversation about how like love is clearly like shit could clearly be unfair. So
I heard a musician make that whole statement about all's fair in love and war. Like, you guys got to excuse me, I'm a little under the weather.
Yeah, you're okay. Feel better.
Thank you. I think the weather is just changing. But I don't know. Like, I hear people talk on the app all the time about marriage and relationships, and I don't know if that's really like their desire. I don't know if they really like emotionally heal to a place to where like that's something that they want to do, and so it comes from a place of like fear. A lot of things, like I hear people talking. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people online aren't real. They aren't real. They have these inserts about things that are going on in real time, but they're not experiencing, right? Like when we talk about like the red pill shit, we talk about marriage, we talk about kids. A lot of people have opinions, but it's really not their own because they're not experiencing anything like that, right? Like when it comes to marriage, like I don't think a lot of people had like long-term relationships where you're trying to figure out like, all right, hey, what do I really do from a mature state of really trying to make this work? What is the best thing for us? Not just for myself. What's the best thing for us? How can I take me out of it and try to do what's best for us moving forward as one? I don't know if a lot of people have actually been there. You know what I'm saying? To be like, hey, marriage is about servitude. Like, I'm here to serve you. You serve me. Like, we can really get ahead. Like, it's a lot of sacrificing and shit. Even in days you don't want to. Like, a lot of times, like, I'm selfish with my time. Like, I just want to be on myself. Like, I'm focused on what I want to focus on. But I know in a relationship, if I desire to have a relationship or a marriage, I'm going to have to sacrifice that. Hey, you know what? She's going to need this from me. God forbid we have kids together. Now she's trying to hold it down. I need to get off and come and hold this down. So she doesn't feel drained. I need to also give her me time. I think a lot of times people are just thinking about what's best for them. And a lot of times when men are speaking on this subject, they're coming from a place of like trying to control. Right? They want to like that whole thing of like, I need to lead and she needs to follow me. Like they're talking about like submitting in terms of like I'm almost like your dad, like you're my child. You know
Exactly, because the law says when you marry a woman, she's your dependent. So let's look at the law. I've been married before, bro. Have you been married? Have you been married?
hold on. He was not finished.
Yeah, I won't argue with you, bro. Like I'm not here to disrespect you, like, but no matter what the law says, bro, the law says a lot of shit and shit falls apart. You know what I'm saying? Like we talking about real life shit. Like, hey. If I'm trying to lead you, how the fuck can I lead you and I don't know where I'm going? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times, me and be on this bitch talking about leading, nigga, you don't have no plan. I grew up with a single mother. You know what I'm saying? For most part of my life, my dad came back into my life when I was, like, in my teens. But I watched a lot of men try to, like, lead women places, and they had no plan. And these women had to do this shit on their own. See, they get online and they bash women. Like, niggas get online all day and they bash women. They talk about women. But these niggas don't have no plan for their life. You know what I'm saying? And you want to come inside of a woman. You want to come into a woman's life and try to lead her somewhere. You don't have a plan for yourself. You don't have a savings. You don't know where you're going to go. You don't have a 10-year plan. Like, you don't have shit, bro. And you trying to lead her. And you want her to just submit and follow you in what you say. What gives you the validity to try to lead somebody and you don't have any proof of concept or anything, bro? We both on this journey. Like, you're not even using your woman as like cancel. Hey, babe, like, listen, I got this plan. This is what I'm trying to do. I would like to get your insight on this to figure out what's both best for the both of us. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. That's just where I'm at with it. Like, I think a lot of times people are just talking and they're just talking to talk. Like, I don't think they think about any of the shit that they say, and that shit be real annoying. I'm listening to it. Like, Buddy was so eager to like jump in and like, I don't care what the law says. Like, what's best for your relationship? The law can say a lot of shit. Like, do you even love that person? Like, do you love that person for real? Like for real, like not on some like, hey, I love you. You should just like listen to me because I'm the boss of this relationship. Like, do you love them for real? Like, you care about like what happens to y'all 10, 20 years from now. A lot of times, like niggas are making decisions and you're not thinking about like your future and what's gonna really happen. Like that person that we talking about you love, like in the event that some shit happens to you, you know what I'm saying? Like, are y'all cool with your are you gonna put your family on your phone? Like in the event right now, if you break up her leg, like if they gonna stay with you for real, like is the relationship over? Are you gonna take care of that woman and she gets it? You gonna dip out? If the money get funny, are y'all still fucking with each other? Like I don't know. There's a lot to think about when it comes to marriage. I don't think people are thinking about that shit. They just be jumping into shit and it fall apart and it is what it is. I'm done.
I ran out of reactions, but I just want to say that you're right and you should say it. And also some men, like I've literally overheard a conversation between men where this guy's getting married and he's like, yeah, I mean, it's mostly for the consistent sex. Like people marry for all types of ridiculous reasons. Like some people literally hate their wives. Like it's ridiculous out here.
I just want to say Clubhouse is not a real place. I listen to people talk all day on here, and they pretend and they project and they say different shit. And in real life, it's not that. Like, do not take a lot of this shit that people say on this bitch at face value, because in real life, they'll be pretending to be macho and that type of nigga, and they handle women this way, and they not. They don't get women in real life. They don't have conversations with women in real life. They don't have real connections with women in real life. They don't have no real women friends that they not trying to fuck on and build with. And I'm telling you, that shit it be real.
No women friends that I'm trying to build with. What kind of a man is trying to build with like women?
Personas. Like people have personas on here. Like Clubhouse isn't real. I'm talking about a real life conversation I overheard.
Hello? This is real. This is the real life. Welcome to now. That's all there is.
It's the same in real life too. The same fake persona projection. Same shit in real life too. Man, bro.
That's right. All communication is projection. All communication is hypnosis. All communication is politic. All communication is spam.
Bro, I would tell you this, musician. Bro, a lot of game that I got, a lot of what I have, bro, I owe credit to women. I'll be honest. A lot of times, like, where I was able to get in positions, like, in life, in jobs, and different shit that I was trying to do, bro, it was usually women that I brought around that had game, that had insight, that had knowledge, that had willpower, that had the ability to speak or even access to certain rooms I couldn't get in. Like, most of the shit that I've built was because I had the help of women. Not the help of men, bro. I had the help of women. You know what I'm saying? Like, the first time I ever touched 6 figures at a job was because a woman opened the door for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm never taking that credit from that. Like, so yes, bro, you can deal with a woman, bro. Like,
no, I'm being facetious. I agree with you on that. I've had great financial success because of women.
So I don't know, like, why we don't eventually talk from a place of trying to like dominate just women, like on a certain level. Is like, bro, we actually fucking need each other. Even if this shit ended and we went back to a place of being hunter gatherers, we all have a position that we have to play, and there is roles where we're gonna thrive in better for us to actually be able to get ahead. But I think people are looking at shit one-sided, and like I said, there's a lot of fear here because of what we've seen and what we experienced growing up, and people abandoning people and running out. Like, I don't believe in actually people running out on their fucking kids or marriages and shit like that. It's a lot of fear there. You know what I'm saying? And people are just doing what's best for them instead of best for us. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but that point you made right there, that's what makes marriage logical. If you can have that kind of connection, and she can use her strengths, her power. Well, you'll use your strengths and power to help each other. That's the logical part of it. You know what I mean? That's how it should be done.
Well, what do you think the crucifix is? People think Jesus just got up on a cross. The crucifix is a symbol that represents the union of man and woman.
What?
Really?
What is
I don't know.
he
I
talking
don't know
about?
what the fuck you talking about. I don't know.
We got some new speakers up on the stage. What about Rob? Rob, do you have any opinion on this?
As far as what y'all talking about, or are you talking about the topic in general?
We're talking about the topic in general, but I also had a question that was, do you think that marriage is asymmetrical? Like, you know, that poses asymmetrical risk. Like, is it more risky for a man to get married than it is for a woman as well?
I think it's equally risky for both partners, man. I don't think it's like, I don't like this notion that it's risky for a man. Like, I think that kind of justify men trying to creep out of like the benefits of marriage, or like just the rigor. Let me not say the benefits, the rigors of marriage. You feel me? So I don't think that any sex is more like subjected to that. I will say that how it's traditionally worked, men were breadwinners, so I can understand why one would have that logic. But I mean, the reality of it is, if you're the person that's the cause of the divorce, and it can be proved, and you're the breadwinner, man or woman, you coming off that bread. Like, it just is what it is. If they think women ain't out here paying alimony, you're motherfucking lying. So, like, you coming off that bread, I would tell people, if anything, man, it's not that you should be cautious of marriage. You should be cautious of yourself. If you know that you have a problem with discipline, if you know that you have a problem with keeping commitments, maybe you shouldn't enter into a marriage contract, especially if you're a man that got some money. See, I don't feel no sympathy for niggas that lose it all when they fucked it off. Feel me? Like, it's a difference if you got played, but you losing it all because you want to continue to live like you a single man. You should have just stayed single. So that's my logic on that. Do I think marriage is a logical decision? I do think it's a logical decision, and I didn't always have this viewpoint, and I wish I did. You feel me? Maybe my life would have been a little smoother, but I see the vision. Like, take like the spiritual shit out of it, and I don't want to, like, I guess that's the wrong word. Take out like the righteous cause of marriage. Like, it's actually a welcoming thing for two people to commit to each other and commit to the plan. Like, you could actually see some growth in that. And like although I've never been married, my experience, like especially with my daughter's mom, my two girls, like, that was I just wish I had been married. I say that, man, it's a great feeling to come home, you know, when your family there and you're taking care of your family. That's just a great feeling. So, I mean, I think it's a lot that we could learn from it. A lot of men being warped, black men in America, from certain environments to think that, like, marriage is like a punishment, when it's really the opposite of that. You feel me? It's just, we not, in a lot of cases, we not disciplined enough to understand that type of shit, man, that marriage is work.
I think he's in the Matrix.
I think we gotta learn those things.
You're in the Matrix. You're in the Matrix. Rob, you're in the Matrix. I can't. We can't understand you.
Like, seriously,
Rob,
it's
can
good
you
when
hear me or not? Like, you were in the Matrix, so everything you said, like, was a little, like, you know, kind of thrown off.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I just stepped outside my job. It was probably that damn Wi-Fi shit coming in, and no, I was just saying, ultimately though, man, just like, marriage is logical. Like, marriage is a good thing, assuming that you come to marriage with the right mindset. If you're coming into marriage with a poor mindset, or you're coming in it with the thought process that this ain't your partner, yeah, you probably gonna have some issues. This ain't 1960. Our women can work. Our women can contribute in multiple ways. We can contribute in multiple ways other than just our checks. we got to clean up and change diapers too. You feel me? Like this is it's like all hands approach, in my opinion. If everybody moving like that, y'all home should be live. And I'm finna mute my headphones up. So if you see me off mic, I'm muted up.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. Oh God. All right. Let's. Why do you keep raising your hand like that? Why? I need to know. Why do you keep bothering me with this little penny thing? Can nobody bring you up? Okay. All right. Bizarre, what about you? Do you think that marriage poses an asymmetrical risk? All right.
See, your problem is you're presenting asymmetrical as if every situation isn't going to be asymmetrical. What do you think optimization is? It's asymmetrical.
So say that again. say that one more time. I'm sorry.
Just like diluted babble.
I don't know what he was saying at all.
I'm optimizing.
You're presenting every situation as asymmetrical. What do you think optimization is? It's asymmetrical.
No, exactly. You heard me.
What?
Well, listen, you're using the word asymmetrical in some type of a negative fashion or negative meaning. It's optimization. Why do you think when people go to war, they call it asymmetrical warfare? So when you go into love, it's the default mode, if you're intelligent, should be asymmetrical.
I don't know what he means by that. Can anyone at least translate something that I understand?
That was stale, pale, male logic.
I'm trying to. Okay, so if
Reciprocity, you're out this room. By reciprocity.
If I'm trying to follow the logic,
I can't even hear because all that dang pinging.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead.
If I'm trying to follow the logic, right, like, and I don't know, this is me getting into I don't want to assume he's a white man. This is me getting into the mind of a man, and
Well, you know what they say about people who make assumptions now.
If you what?
Sorry, what's it? Go ahead, Bo.
Anyway, if I'm trying to explore empathy,
He is white,
oh, got it. Okay, so if I'm trying to get into the mind of a white man, which again, dangerous place, but like, you know, the average CEO or the average executive, right? Like he offloads his tasks and his responsibilities and whatever to his employees. And so like he's optimized his life, right? He has an executive assistant that protects his time, yada, yada, yada. So like in a marriage, right? Like a husband delegates domestic tasks to a wife and so he optimizes his time. I think that's what I don't know. I'm trying.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I'm not too sure if I really understand them. Are they okay? Kalima. Hi, Kalima. Hi, Neon. Hi, Off Grid. What do you guys think about this topic? Or and also, we'll just start with that. What do you think about the topic overall? You know, is marriage is still a logical decision?
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Hey, Kalima.
I mean, it depends on the two people doing it and your parameters. But, you know, people these days, I think the talking points are toxic as fuck. But people that actually desire marriage are going to make it work for them.
Okay. All right.
There was a woman in here earlier who has I don't know if it's a website or whatever, but I was looking at her bio and she has like a wives in waiting group or something. Like there are people who are like willing to, like they literally, that's their conceptualization. They want marriage and they're going to make it work. So I can agree with that.
All right. Let's see.
People have
go ahead, Kalima.
People have some people have an antiquated view of marriage where the man gets everything he wants and the woman is just supposed to put up with whatever the fuck his desires are, and she should just accept whatever he dishes out. And I don't agree with that way of thinking at all. And I'm not going to tell other people what they should or shouldn't do, but yeah, that's just not the way of the modern world. Like women have jobs, careers, and like we don't have to women don't have to financially depend on men for their well-being in life. So I think that is definitely something that changed a lot of the way that marriage is viewed, because women are no longer men's property and sole responsibility. Women are responsible for ourselves, and then so I think a lot of people don't understand that the concept of marriage in the year of our Lord 2025 isn't the same thing that it was in 1965. But I feel like women have evolved in a lot of ways, but men have not.
I think there was a room about that the other day. Like, why haven't, let me see if I remember the title. Why haven't men, like, caught up to evolution, or, like, not evolving at the same speed as women, or something like that?
And what were some of the conclusions there? Because that's actually quite interesting.
Unfortunately, it was like the bottom of the barrel having the conversation, so they just yelling at each other and like, y'all bitches are the bottom. There was one guy when I went back in there the second time. There's one guy yelling at the stage and saying, "You bitches are at the bottom of my shoe. You bitches ain't worth shit." Blah blah blah. So yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Sounds like a productive conversation.
Yeah.
Great title, horrible.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Y'all could run it back.
That kind of sucks.
Y'all could run that. I mean, I don't know. The conversation could be had again. I'll put it that way.
Hello.
Listen, marriage is always the logical decision because it's the most spiritual decision and it takes great faith, but you have to do your diagnostic on who you're going to get married to. And I can't tell you how many friends I have, I'm 42, that are now divorced, and it was a them problem. It was not the wife's problem. It was my friends' problems who got the divorces. They were bad husbands who didn't take care of their wives.
That's the first thing you said that I absolutely believe.
Yeah,
What do you mean by take care of? In what way?
One mic on musician.
Yeah, what do you mean by take care of musician?
Meaning that they were in charge but didn't take charge. They weren't leaders. They didn't lead by example. They didn't come home from work and do their jobs. They just didn't do the partnership. They abandoned the partnership.
It's cooking. Say more.
I think, they're probably, I read some kind of study about human sexuality that we're on the level of meerkats and other wild animals with regards to monogamy versus polygamy, or monogamy versus, so if you are cheating on your spouse, it's so odd, you can detect it subconsciously, and then that person cheats, and then this person uses that against that person, but the thing is, again, it all goes back to that personal responsibility. The man was not leading by example, and thus the whole marriage, collapsed.
So we got Ray and the Neon. Are you there? I see you off mute. What do you think? Is marriage still a logical decision? Ray. Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray.
What's that, man?
All right, let's get your opinion on this too. Do you think marriage is still a logical decision nowadays?
Yeah, absolutely.
How so?
Why is it logical?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
having a companion like that's riding through life would just make more sense. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody needs somebody.
Hmm. Oh, that's.
I mean, I think people put a lot of effort into like temporary things with people that aren't really committed to rocking it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, marriage is lit.
How's the new MySpace?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Was there lack of investment in product management to understand what makes this valuable? How can we enhance those features and monetize it?
It's the trolling. It's people come on here and troll each other. So I just can't believe that people like. Fucking fill up the space, the rooms, get people with low IQ to come into the room.
The crazy thing is, Pepe has a following. Pepe has a following, so where he goes into a room,
that's what I'm saying.
He brings people too, like he brings traction. So
yeah, but I don't think this kind of I don't think this kind of like rooms where people are insulting one another. I don't think it's in the long term. It's not very good for us.
Not for nothing, but I bet you Pepe would get paid before Jeremy.
No, but that's literally what I'm saying, Matthew. When you say like Jeremy, as someone who claims to be like a relatively successful entrepreneur that has all this and spends as much time in this shitty app with what you consider to be a shitty house, doing what you consider to be trolling rather than what I consider to be like me just being entertained and learning. Like that's what I'm saying, Matthew, is that when you say the only reason someone like Jeremy would come here is to make money, what I'm saying is just that is so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Hold on, brother.
That's a surprise for you, Matthew. I have a surprise for you. Nobody's getting paid here. This is like we are just having fun. That's it.
You call it.
Why do we find it fun? Then that's my question. Why do we find it fun? Because I in a weird way find it fun. What's addictive about it?
Because it's a roast, and it doesn't cost you to do it.
Some people have different
Costs nothing to come here to roast to Jeremy. I can come here and spend no money roasting Jeremy and put it on YouTube.
I'll kill for that pussy. I'll kill for that pussy.
Don't put him down.
You can have that. We'll give you king. You can take the.
I think there's something to it.
Matthew,
examine ourselves.
You have to look at it.
Wonder why.
Matthew, you have to look at it in terms of a casino.
You may be a successful gentleman, but you are boring at parties.
I'm just going to turn my volume down and just overtalk. Matthew, you have to look at this in terms of casinos and the slot machine floor. Because those are just blown up cell phones that people feed money in to play video games on. But you can come here for free and play the same fucking video game and get the same dopamine return that you can on a slot machine. And that's my theory. That's one way to look at it. But people do not come here for Jeremy. I'm sorry, Jeremy. You may think you're a cool guy and you're successful and from Canada and handsome and intelligent. But people do not come here for you because you're not that interesting.
Hold on. Can I respond to me, musician? I 100,000% agree with everything that you just said. I'm not being facetious. I 100,000% agree with everything you just said. Like my experience, based on my entire life, like as an old ass stinky leg cracker Canadian, as based on my
Jeremy, you're black. Stop saying you're white. Jesus.
Dude, I love that you said that. Thank you. And thank you. And hold on.
Jeremy's about as black as Matthew is.
Stop it. Matthew, thank you. But let me just say this. I suck as a mod. I suck as an admin. Literally, and let me be really nuanced. I've tried for like the last couple of years since I've been on Clubhouse, and it's something that interests me. So, in the same way that like business and entrepreneurialism and technologies interest me, and I've like engaged with it, try to be like, how do I do this good?
You made millions.
No, stop, King. Hold on. Let me just finish and I'll land. The thing that I have failed more than anything of all those things is how to be a good modern clubhouse. I have no fucking idea. So what Matthew said,
no, you did it right. You just
hold on.
controversial.
What musician said is absolutely right. I don't disagree with him. But my question is this, and this is what I'm trying to learn from people, and I don't come on this out of control. I come and Matthew, this is my response to you. I don't do this for shits and giggles. I don't come to like try and show how big my dick is because of my insecurities. I have been so successful and privileged.
We've heard all this before, Jeremy. You're just repeating yourself.
I'll land with this. I have enough privilege to know that I'm fucking dumb and unsuccessful, and I come